Hi, I'm Samita Banik. I'm data science leader working with a reputed MNC. On a regular basis, I lead multiple client engagements and I manage 15 to 20 people in my work. I have interest in writing, in traveling, and one day I dream to a company where I, blend all my artwork together and express myself through those. That's about me.
Now that you have completed the communication intelligence course with Zenith, what is the feeling that you have? What would you like to say about the entire experience?
I think it's 10 weeks program that I have done with Zenith. This is a communication intelligence course. I don't see it as a temporary excitement or temporary learning. This is much more than that. So I take the essence, all the learnings with me with a very lasting impact in my life. So and I see this gives me the strength to get more hype. And definitely, it is one of the courses that will be very close to my heart.
Absolutely. You know, Zenith is always there for you, and anytime you feel like coming back, you can come back. Before joining Zenith, you would have had certain expectations in mind. You would be, this is how the program is going to be. So if you look at that objective with which you had come in mind, you had a certain lens about the program. What is the difference between the objective that you had and what you have accomplished as you look back at your journey today?
Why I joined this course. We all went through two very difficult years, right, due to the pandemic. And this pandemic not only hit, our life, not work life, so it has a huge impact on our relationships, right? Phases. It's a very difficult phase. I was struggling to connect with people. I was growing in my organization, and as well as I was facing difficulties to connect in my personal life because I there was a lot of changes in my personal life too. I was looking for a mentor who will help me to deal these situations and like to quote it decently because at times we go into the situations and we feel overwhelmed and we don't get the direction how to deal with the situations. And during that phase, I came across with this course. I saw Pooling ma'am speaking for this course in social media, and I just decided to join the course. And now that I have completed the course, so I feel I have done the right thing at right time, definitely, because this has helped me a lot, not only to learn the techniques, which will help me to deal the situation. It has given helped me to understand a very completely different perspective. It helped me to be calm from inside. It helped me to open my eyes and start understanding the people around me and start helping them instead of solving a situation, right? Or dealing with the situation. And overall, this has improved the entire situation actually. So that's the takeaway from the course for me.
You had come into this program with the objective to kind of declutter your life. And in that,
Yes,
you were looking for
absolutely.
communication intelligence, and you had very early on, you had acknowledged that my communication has a very big impact on everything else that is going on in my life right now. So that recognition deserves to be acknowledged. But it really makes me so happy to see that the first time when I saw you in the Zenith Mastermind, and today I'm seeing you, there's a completely different sort of a glow on your face. And the only reason I can think for that is that there is like a change from within. So not only has obviously the communication, the way you communicate with the people around you, the way you talk with others has changed, the way they perceive you has changed. But more than anything, I think there is this internal happiness quotient that has significantly increased, that is so very visible to everybody else in your lives.
So it's really a change from inside rather than it's only learning few techniques to, deal situation.
Let's talk a little bit about Gurleen, ma'am. What do you have to say about her? How is she as a mentor, as a human being? And what sets her apart as a coach, as the mentor that you've had?
I'd like to mention few things that she, leads with example. Every day when we attend the session, I see her smiling face. I see the energy that she carries, and mostly, she's always prepared, and she has taught us all this. She has been teaching us like to be prepared, to be smiling, to be high on energy, and she's not speaking that; she is also carrying that with her. So that kind of builds, it's an authenticity that I can see in, in the way she behaves, right, and what she is teaching us. So that is fascinating. And also when she is dealing with her students, she is putting care for everyone. She is highlighting the good or the value each of her students are carrying, right, which in a way inspiring each of us. But having said that, she also providing feedback what I need to learn more, right? And that feedback is also personalized. And the way she is giving the feedback in the session, there was no part, one-on-one connect. It's within the session with all the students together. Still, there's such a positive impact of the feedback. She's a very strong leader. In a sense, she can empower us. She has actually empowered us to, take our dream ahead, or maybe it's more than that. It's more like making our dream larger than what we thought earlier.
She's not philosophical herself, and she doesn't like it when people are. Her way of doing these trainings is very practical, and she really tries to see how is this going to impact the real lives. What you said about expanding people's dreams. A lot of times, you achieve something and you feel like, I did not think I was capable of doing this. And but you look at Gurleen ma'am and she'll just be like, I'm not at all surprised because I knew this is exactly what you are capable of and maybe much, much, much more. So she sees things in participants and the people who are a part of these trainings that nobody else can see, that they themselves don't believe that they could have done it. So is communication intelligence only limited to communication, or does it impact other aspects of your life as well? Or, in other words, if somebody comes into this training, what aspects of their life can they expect to be impacted in?
I'll get some examples because before joining Zenith, I talked about how I was struggling in my professional life as well as in my personal life. So, in the professional life, the takeaways or the learnings from this course has helped me to plan my daily meeting. So, every meeting nowadays, I am attending, I have a structure where I'm very clear about the outcome that I want to drive, and then applying those technique, which is after technique, is helping me to reach my goal or outcome, I'll say, in most of the cases. And it is has also empowered me to have more conversations with the leadership where I was struggling earlier to have a structure. So definitely this is one area that helped me, and foresee like people who are working in different fields, not only corporate, they will also benefit using this technique. It has helped me also to build good relationship with my colleagues, irrespective of whether they're junior or senior. So at times earlier, I used to be, very hesitant to talk to people because somehow something I was not finding common in with them. But after this course, I have started, finding out the common ground. So it's kind of, solving a puzzle, and it's very interesting once you get some common in between, and I'll say common in a stranger or a person who you don't know much. So it really feels very good. And there the journey again starts, and you get into a relationship, building up a relationship from there. On the personal front, it has helped me to declutter a lot, and I'm now avoiding, or I'm not getting into the discussions which are unwanted.
Thank you for recognizing that communication intelligence is a continuous process. The more you continue to practice it, the closer you get to keep getting an intelligent communicator. So, absolutely, your journey doesn't end over here. Thank you for recognizing that fact. I also really liked what you said about being able to connect with the seniors in your company in a better way, because I feel like what that is a result of is their recognition of the fact that you have grown in your communication. And by reaching out more to you or giving you opportunities to reach out more to them, they want to utilize the asset that you have become to the company. So that was another very amazing thing that you said. And what I like the most in what you just said was the fact that you've started, working with people. And what you said about it's like solving a puzzle. I think a lot of times what people don't realize is that when we're communicating or when we're talking about communication, we need to work with other people hand in hand. When people come in a training to work on their communication intelligence, they think, oh, it's only about me. It's only about my communication, how I talk. What they don't realize is also about how I interact with other people, how I listen to them, and how I work with them. Your emphasis on that has been truly, the highlight of your answer for me.
Thank you.
Is this program only meant for those people who want to work on their communication? Or do you think this is something that every working professional can take advantage of?
Yes, this course is not about only going to help me in my work field. It has a holistic impact in my life because my thinking is getting changed, right? So even if I am going for shopping, the way I am talking to the salesman, the salesperson, it is also getting changed, right? I'm carrying the value that I have learned from here, and this is helping me in each and every sphere of my life. So if I want to understand how I should communicate with people from every sphere of my life, I think this course will help me to do that. I can choose to talk to a CEO. I can choose to talk to a person who is my neighbor. So it is like varying as possible.
The program has a very far reaching impact, and we do get so many participants who want to work on their personal life in the way they're handling their personal relationships. At the same time, they want to grow in their professional lives. And I think having people like you in the program is testimony to one fact that, no matter how experienced you are or how much you've grown in your professional career, communication intelligence is something that anybody in any stage of their career can benefit from. So that is, I think, something that we can take from participants like you who are already so accomplished, and they're coming here to nurture their skills to be, to experience that internal satisfaction while at the same time being considered as a bigger and a bigger asset to the company that they're working in. Anything else that you'd like to say that you haven't said so far?
I wanted to, share the thought that after taking this course, the difficulties will be still, around when I talk about difficulties, I'm talking about the problems. So it's not that this course will help us to eradicate the problems which are around us. So it will be there. Only thing, I have found myself much more sorted. And even if I'm, seeing 100 difficult situations in front of my eyes, and it has helped me to be much more confident. And uh, and uh, the key is that every day I'm patting my back, saying that okay, I have done something better, even if I made maybe few mistakes, that's fine, but I have taken the step and I have improved from yesterday. It's not that we'll not make mistake. It's not that we'll not have failure. It's only that we'll be sitting on top of the failures and the mistakes because we are looking for a better future.
So, in other words, your Zenith, thank you for mentioning everything else that slipped through the cracks or that's kind of hidden in the shadows, but still has had a very great impact in your journey. Thank you for your time and thank you for everything that you said.